Miss Mindy coming to you from the Food Trust and my own kitchen. I'm so excited to be here with you today, and we're going to read a story together. It is called Bread and Jam for Francis, and it's written by Russell Hoban, and the pictures or the illustrations are by Lillian Hoban. But before we get started, do you know what jam is? It also goes by another name, and it can be called jelly or preserves. Do you know what it's made out of? I have apricot jelly here, and it's made out of apricots and lots of sugar. We can get jam that is better for us or jelly that's better for us with lower sugar. So if you see that, you probably want to pick it up. And here's my bread. And I also want to make sure that I'm eating whole wheat bread. So we wanted to say 100% whole wheat bread. Okay, so let's get started with our story. Bread and Jam for Francis. And here's our bread with the jam, and this says jam on it. It was breakfast time. Father was eating his egg. Mother was eating her egg. Gloria was sitting in a high chair and eating her egg too. Francis was eating bread and jam. What a lovely egg, said Father. Oh, it's just the thing to start the day off right, said Mother. Francis did not eat her egg. I wonder why. I love eggs. Francis sang a little song to it. Oh, here's my egg. We're going to sing our song to our egg. She sang the song very softly. I do not like the way you slide. I do not like your soft inside. I do not like you lots of ways, and I could do for many days without eggs. Frances spread jam on another slice of bread, so I guess she wasn't going to eat her egg today. Why do you keep eating bread and jam, asked Father, when you have a lovely egg? I like bread and jam, said Francis, because it does not slide off your spoon in a funny way. Well, of course, said Father, but there are other kinds of eggs. Yes, said Francis, but sunny-side-up eggs lie on the plate and look up at you, and sunny-side eggs just lie on their stomachs and wait. I think it's time for you to go to school now, said Mother. Frances picked up her books, her lunchbox, and her skipping rope. Then she kissed Mother and Father goodbye and went to the bus stop. So there she goes, off to school. While she waited for the bus, she skipped and sang. Jam on biscuits, jam on toast. Jam is a thing that I like most. Jam is sticky, jam is sweet. Jam is tasty, jam's a treat. Raspberry, strawberry, gooseberry. I'm very fond of jam. That evening for dinner, Mother cooked breaded veal cutlets with string beans and baked potatoes. Ah, said Father, what is there nicer on the plate and tastier to eat than a breaded veal cutlet? It is a nice dish, said Mother. Eat up the string bean, Gloria. Frances looked down at her plate and she sang. Do you think she's going to eat the cutlets? I don't think so. What do cutlets wear before they're breaded? Flannel nightgowns, cowboy boots, furry jackets, sailor suits. She's a silly girl. Then Frances spread jam on a slice of bread and took a bite. She won't try anything new, said Mother to Father. Well, said Frances, there are many different things to eat, and they taste many different ways. But when I have bread and jam, I always know what I'm getting, and I'm always very pleased. So she's happy eating the same thing because it makes her feel good. You try new things in your school lunches, said Mother. Today I gave you a chicken salad sandwich. I traded it to Albert, said Frances. For what, said Father. Bread and jam, said Frances. The next morning at breakfast, Father sat down and said, Now I call that a pretty sight. Fresh orange juice and poached eggs on toast. And Frances began to sing a little song. Here's our egg again. We'll sing to our egg. Poached eggs on toast. Why do you shiver with such a funny little quiver? Then she looked down and she saw that she did not have a poached egg. What do you think is on her plate? Think Mom and Dad are going to get her to try something new and different? I have no poached egg, said Frances. I have nothing but orange juice. I know, said Mother. Why is that, said Frances. Even Gloria has a poached egg, and she is nothing but a baby. You do not like eggs, said Mother. Have some bread and jam if you are hungry. So Frances, did she eat the bread and jam? Yes, she did, and she went off to school. When the lunch bell rang, Frances sat down next to her friend Albert. What do you have today? Said Frances. I have a cream cheese, cucumber, and tomato sandwich. Oh, that sounds good. And a hard-boiled egg and salt shaker, and a thermos of milk and a bunch of grapes, and a tangerine and a cup custard. What do you have? Frances opened her lunch. Bread and jam, she said. You're lucky, said Albert. That's just what you like. I had bread and jam for dinner last night, said Frances, and for breakfast this morning. I am a very lucky girl, I guess. Albert took a napkin and he tucked it under his chin. He arranged his lunch neatly. I like cream cheese with cucumber and tomatoes on rye, said Albert. With a spoon, he cracked the egg, sprinkled salt on the yolk, and took a bite of a sandwich and a bite of the egg and a drink of milk. Then he went around again. Albert made the sandwich, the egg, and the milk come out even. Albert sighed. I like to have a good lunch. That's a very good lunch. Look, he has fruit, and he has an egg. He has whole wheat bread and vegetables, as a cucumber, and some milk. It's a great lunch. Frances ate her bread and jam. Then she went out to the playground and skipped rope. She did not skip as fast as she had skipped in the morning. And she sang, jam in the morning, jam at noon, bread and jam by the light of the moon. Jam is very nice. When Frances got home, Mother said, I have a snack all ready for you. I do like snacks. So do I. Here it is, a glass of milk and some nice bread and jam for you. Aren't you worried that maybe I will get sick and all my teeth will fall out from eating so much bread and jam? Asked Frances. I don't think that will happen for quite a while, said Mother. So eat it all up and enjoy it. Do you think Frances wants something different? Let's find out. Frances ate up most of her bread and jam, but she did not eat all of it. After her snack, she went outside to skip rope. She looks like she might not be very happy about that bread and jam. Let's find out. Frances skipped a little more slowly than she had skipped at noon, and she sang, jam for snacks and jam for meals. I know how a jam jar feels, full of jam. That evening for dinner, Mother cooked spaghetti and meatballs. Oh, I bet a lot of you like spaghetti and meatballs. I am glad to see there is enough for seconds, Father said, because spaghetti and meatballs is one of my favorite dishes. Try a little spaghetti, Gloria, said Mother. Do you think she's going to try it? Let's find out. Frances looked down at her plate. There was no spaghetti and meatballs on it. What's on there? Bread and, there we go, it says jam. There was a slice of bread and a jar of jam. Frances began to cry. My goodness, said Mother, Frances is crying. What is the matter? Asked Father. Frances sang a little sad song. What I am is tired of jam. I want spaghetti and meatballs, said Frances. May I have some, please? I had no idea you liked spaghetti and meatballs, said Mother. So Mother gave Frances spaghetti and meatballs, and she ate it all up. The next day, when the bell rang for lunch, Albert said, "What do you have today?" "Well," said Frances, setting a tiny vase of violets on her desk, "let me see." Oh my goodness, wait till you hear what she has for lunch. "I have tomato soup," Frances said, "and a lobster salad sandwich. I have celery, carrot sticks, and black olives, and plums and cherries and vanilla pudding." "That is a good lunch," said Albert. "I think it's nice that there are all different kinds of lunches and breakfasts and dinners and snacks." "So do I," said Frances, and she made everything come out even. The end. I hope you liked that book, Bread and Jam for Frances. I enjoyed reading it to you. So we found out at the end that Frances really did like trying all kinds of different things. It gets so boring if we eat the same things all the time. So you want to make sure that you eat fruits and vegetables and whole grains and lots of good dairy. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining me for story time.